Welcome all to the Upmixer virtual discussion. We have an exciting program for you today. My name is George Santias with the National Black MBA Association Metro New York chapter. I have with me as a co-host Alan Jones from NAMIC. Welcome, Alan.
Thanks for having me here.
Absolutely, man. How's your day going?
I mean, it's going well. The holidays are fast and furious, but it's a great time of year. Getting a lot of stuff done with work, and also trying to spend a lot of time with family as well as we get into 2022.
Absolutely. I am looking forward to 2022. 2021 as in 2020 has been one of those amazing but yet fast years. I mean, it felt like it just went by in a blurb, like it was super quick.
No, I agree. It's been pretty crazy, and like I feel like every day is different as we move forward. Because things have been so interesting for the past 2 years.
Absolutely. Okay, so what is the Upmixer, right? I want folks to understand that the Upmixer is a powerful networking experience that convenes influential leaders in business, government, education, media, tech, the arts, healthcare. There's professional organizations involved in terms of hosting an Upmixer. The professional organizations are the preeminent non-for-profit organizations in the cities that they represent, providing many opportunities to Black and Brown communities for the past 4 decades through engaged partnerships, education initiatives, community activism initiatives, social action initiatives, and a focus on philanthropy. All right. I myself, I'm representing the Metro New York chapter of the National Black MBA, but we do have many other organizations that either are part of our current Upmixer and also part of our past Upmixers. These organizations are the National Black MBA Association, which I mentioned, the Black Data Processing Association of New York, the National Society of Black Engineers of New York, the National Association for the National Association for Multi-Ethnic Ethnicity and Communication, which Alan is representing, the Empire State Medical Association, the 100 Black Men Association of New York, the National Sales Network in New Jersey, New York chapter, the National Black Coalition of Federal Aviation Employees of New York. So at this point, I wanted to take some time to just discuss what the Metro New York chapter of the National Black MBA Association represents. The mission of the National Black MBA Association is to lead in the creation of educational, wealth building, and growth opportunities for those historically underrepresented throughout their careers as students, entrepreneurs, and professionals. Our vision is to empower visionaries intellectually and economically to create a world where diversity and inclusion are universal. Okay. Our chapter specifically, the Metro New York chapter of the National Black MBA Association, we have over 800 business professionals and students and a network of 7,700 in terms of members that have crossed our paths, right, over the years. We have several different, I call them pillars that we focus on. One of them is education. Of course, we have our Leaders of Tomorrow high school mentorship program in that pillar. We have Your MBA, Your Future, presented by the University and Alumni Relations Committee, right? And then we have our second pillar, the leadership pillar, which we actually have earned several awards for this pillar from a national perspective for our chapter. Then we have our service and programs pillar. Then we have our membership pillar, where we provide membership opportunities for folks interested in our organization. And then we have our very important entrepreneurial pillar, where we have our entrepreneur and economic development initiatives, where we partner with many different organizations, from city to local governments to Fortune 500 companies, really pushing the development agenda in terms of professional development for our members that have went towards the path of entrepreneurship. And then finally, we have the lifestyle pillar. And this is where the urban professional mixer, the Upmixer, it fits in. This mixer has been a mixture that we've been doing for the past 5 years, have supported many scholarship efforts, and have had many interests from members across the industry spectrum, where we promote collaboration. All right, we bring people together, we celebrate, and then we also let folks learn from what organizations do. So at this time, enough of hearing from me. Let's jump into Alan, who is going to give you a brief on his organization, NAMIC.
Okay. I mean, to be honest, for NAMIC, I mean, we're basically here to promote diversity in the communications industry at large. And I mean, and this is mainly done by us through education and awareness. I mean, we offer several services to our members through mentorship. We also do seminars to help empower and educate, and also to motivate our members in their own careers to grow and increase the diversity at those management levels at their corporations. And we also do things like we partner with larger corporations to spread awareness and education, whether it be I mean, in the communications industry at large or in their own companies as well, just to kind of like stress the importance of diversity and how it actually offers, I guess, in terms of performance, it can be great for businesses themselves in terms of like the messaging that they're trying to spread and also who they have hired there. It's definitely important in that aspect. And I mean, just kind of like you, we do networking and collaboration so that people can actually meet each other. I mean, communications is a very large industry, but at the same time, it's pretty small as well. That a lot of the same people, you run into a lot of the same people on the way up through your career. So it's very important for us to like allow these, or to help put together these networking functions in order for people to meet other people that can essentially maybe help them out, or where they can lend a hand as well. So, I mean, that's pretty much what we focus on through NAMIC. Myself, I'm part of the New York board chapter as an executive champion. So in doing so, what I try to do is to help with events like this, also help to spread the word, also increase membership intake, and just overall awareness in the diversity space in the communications industry.
Wow. Wow, Alan. How long have you been with NAMIC?
I've been with NAMIC now since August, so it hasn't been too long, and you know, we're starting to ramp up for 2022, and obviously with all the things that are kind of going on in the community right now, our society at large, we're waiting to kind of get back out there so we can start to do more of the in-person stuff and just start to hit the ground running for 2022.
Absolutely. And I've been with the Metro New York chapter of National Black MBA since around 2009. So I've been around for a while. You know, I'm not an old man yet, but I've seen a few things, right? And one of the things that I admire about my labor of love is that meeting new people, networking, right? We all understand that your net worth is your network. Your network is your net worth, right? Meeting people of different backgrounds and disciplines and collaborating on various different projects has been a key career growth opportunity for me. Has been a great opportunity to build my brand, and I've gained some great friendships along the way, and I'm excited to have spent that amount of time with the organization like Metro New York chapter of National Black MBA. And so at this time, we want to have folks listen to other organizations. So stand by as we hear from our other host and partner organizations over the years.
BCA has a unique history. It started out actually as an alumni chapter of the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York. And there we were, a group of students, African-American students, that realized that there was a need to form a network base. And we pitched that to the Culinary Institute of America, and they said, yeah, go ahead, this is a good move. This year alone, in 2010, we've worked with over 225 students.
We love being one of the sponsors of the annual gala at BCA because you really get to meet a lot of the students and see the faces behind BCA.
Diversity within the Brooklyn Job Corps and Job Corps nationwide is very important because we look to make sure that every student feels welcome.
Without a diverse workforce, it's impossible to be able to operate in today's business society.
We feel that it's important to have diversity among our staff to be able to better understand and to better service our customers as well.
If you don't have a role model to follow that looks like you and talks like you, it is harder, if not impossible at times, to identify with you being in that situation of success.
Getting involved with the BCA is like that lifeline being thrown out to me. And instead of it just stopping there, on the other end of that lifeline is a host of people pulling me forward, and that's so encouraging to experience.
I'm the corporate chef for Sodexo in supply management. And you know, it's nothing that I did by myself. Somebody gave me a chance.
There is no greater asset that you can have than to have someone who has gone through what you're going through and has come out on the successful side of it.
It's a ripple effect, you know, where I can go ahead to my community, tell somebody about the BCA, and just continue that legacy.
It makes you feel good to know that you have a student body behind you that supports the organization and supports the beliefs that are underlying. And things like community service, you know, sometimes in school, when you're in college, there are other things that students would rather be doing than community service, but to have a community cleanup and have 50 students show up it's wonderful.
This year, the BCA honored women of color, and I was allowed to share a piece of my story, how the BCA and the culinary field affected and shaped and molded my life. I came from a background of chaos, turmoil, and I'm here, and I'm strong, and I made it. At the end of the night, Chef Alex asked all of the students to come up. I was the first one to cross the stage, so that was as if God was saying, okay, this is yours, this is for you, this is what you're supposed to do.
I am a 9/11 survivor. Lost my office that day, 12 of my friends. And I was seeing a therapist for a while, and the therapist actually said to me that I needed to find something that was going to make me happy and want to live life again. And she suggested cooking. And what I found was that not only did I find the spark in me again by being able to create something, because I think the destruction of that day, I needed to find a balance in my life for it. Food has saved my life, because without it, I really don't know what I would be doing.
BCA is pivotal in that aspect because it really focuses on what the person's best attributes are.
Everyone needs some sort of guidance, and to be able to have that guidance and to have someone help you to realize, you know, this is where you want to go, you can avoid little pitfalls along the way.
There are so many other careers within this industry that we can take advantage of if we know about them, if we have access to them, if we are allowed to, you know, get in there and audition or participate.
The BCA has done an awesome job in showcasing our students' talents.
Students we met through BCA are, you know, passionate about food, and it's a young, diverse crowd that we really want to find out about. And getting them into our kitchens, getting them into our lives is an asset to everybody.
Organizations like the BCA definitely help to educate you and open your eyes to what's out there.
New York City, the city that never sleeps, and neither does its engineers. The New York City Professionals Excel chapter of the National Society of Black Engineers prides ourselves on always working to serve the greater New York City community emerging professionals, and our future leaders. Since 1975, our worldwide organization strives every day to increase the number of culturally responsible Black engineers who excel academically, succeed professionally, and positively impact the community. For our chapter members, we focus on creating programs centered on supporting the development of technical professionals through professional development workshops and skills training, while strengthening the STEM pipeline through our collegiate and pre-collegiate outreach. We strive to not only use our skills professionally, but to also better our community through direct outreach, mentoring, and entrepreneurship. The NSBE New York City Professionals welcomes all who are interested in building a more diverse technical world. Connect with us on all social media platforms and visit us at nsbenyc.org.
In 1970, the Coalition of Black Controllers was founded. The coalition was formed to pursue problems confronting the black journeyman in his efforts to advance. Following this beginning, the Committee for the Organization of Black Controllers was created to improve communication between the FAA and minority employees. In May 1976 in San Diego, the vision of MBCFAE was realized by 6 black controllers who represented a larger group. The following August, the name Coalition of Black Controllers was changed to the National Black Controller Coalition by a group meeting in New York City. Local and regional coalitions were then organized throughout the country. National Constitution and bylaws were ratified in January 1977 in Atlanta, Georgia, and amended during the National Convention by October in New Orleans, Louisiana. During this time, regional coalitions adopted the National Coalition as the governing body, making the National Black Coalition of Federal Aviation Employees the representative of all FAA career fields and employees. Early elected presidents included Preston Henderson, 1976, Rich Little, 1977, and Dennis Shockley, 1978. In 1979, the FAA issued specific guidelines to all of its regional and center directors for interaction between the agency and the coalition. The interface letter became the bridge for communications and interaction on the regional and national levels. National officers at this time were Elliott Reed Jr., President, Rosa Snowden, Vice President, Joseph Cassell, Secretary, and Norman Harris, Treasurer. The coalition attracted such honorable members as Quentin Taylor, then Deputy Administrator of the FAA, Leon Watkins, then Chief of Civil Rights for the FAA, and Arthur Bernardo, Director of the then Rocky Mountain region. Recruiting FAA employees and training became the coalition's national priority. As membership grew, the conventions included seminars on leadership, awareness, and career development. Joseph Cassell, President, Ernest Joyce, Vice President, Elliott Reed Jr., Executive Assistant to the President, Denise Yorkshire, Treasurer, Brenda Seals, Secretary, and Renee Williams, Assistant Secretary, were elected to serve during the 1980 convention in Oklahoma City. The convention was highlighted with an EEO Civil Rights Conference to help create dialogue with FAA labor unions to assist in protecting the rights of women and minority employees. In 1981, with now over 500 members, the coalition was dealt a critical blow and lost more than half its membership during the PATCO strike. In 1982, during a mini-conference, the coalition's work continued. New officers were elected. Ernest Joyce Jr., President, Roselia Cusick, Vice President, Ora B. King, Secretary, Clifford A. Armstrong, Treasurer, and Alfred Chief Anderson, the father of black aviation, was honored. He is best remembered as the chief flight instructor and mentor of the famed Tuskegee Airmen of World War II. His 40-minute flight with then First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt during her Tuskegee visit in 1941 was the catalyst that led to the deployment of the first African-American military pilots. On March 12, 1982, the C. Alfred Anderson Award was established to recognize individuals who were pioneers in aviation, instrumental in developing or fostering aviation careers and programs in the minority community, or had made major contributions to aviation by inspiring minority youth to seek careers in aviation. Educational programs became an important emphasis, and with the FAA seeking new directions to attract co-op students, the NBC FAE focused attention on minority schools that could both qualify and participate. In 1983, Clifford Armstrong was elected national president, with Isaac Brown as national vice president. Alethea Futrell became national secretary, along with Edward Harris as treasurer. Also in 1983, the first quarterly issue of the national publication Update was sent to the members. Later, Unity was created, ultimately transforming into today's Visions, which is circulated FAA-wide. Another milestone of 1983 was Tuskegee Institute's offering of a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering. With the help of NBC FAE, it would become the first historically black college in the nation to offer the degree program. In 1986, during the 10th annual conference in Jamaica, New York, Evelyn J. Washington was elected president, a term that would last for 10 years. Gwendolyn Pearson, national treasurer. Ronald Bagley, vice president. Alethea Futrell, national secretary. Cecil Hoyer was appointed national vice president upon Ronald Bagley's resignation. Other national vice presidents serving with Evelyn Washington included Jesse Statham and Hannah Dixon. Others that held the national secretary position were Vera Smith, Sandra Gould, Cookie Hernandez, and Jacqueline Malone. A national scholarship program was established in 1987, and the first recipients were awarded $1,000 each toward the colleges and universities of their choice. Corporate membership was approved in 1986, and by the 1990s, membership grew from 297 to 450 members. The first national membership directory was published in 1995. A job referral service was established, and individual development plans were created. A membership skills bank, leadership programs, an automated communication system, and the historically black colleges and universities endowment program were established. In September 1996, Dorothy Davis was elected national president, and Ron Jennings national treasurer. Hannah Dixon was in her second year as national vice president, along with Jacqueline Malone as national secretary. This administration was challenged to become fiscally responsible by establishing the Treasury Oversight Committee. Also, the NBC FAE provided subject matter experts to participate in the Basic Electronic Screening Tool and the Air Traffic Selection Assessment Tool. From September 1998 through August 2004, Mamie Mallory served as the national president of NBC FAE. Serving with her were Ola Melvin as national treasurer, Hannah Dixon, Lawrence Perkins, and Ramon Crowe as national vice president, Jacqueline Malone, John McCartney, and Sean Sanders as national secretary. NBC FAE has expanded its network to address discrimination in the FAA by partnering with the DOT Council of African American Employees and its president, Alfreda Brooks, and the NAACP Federal Task Force chaired by Leroy Warren. As a direct result of this partnership, the former FAA Administrator Jane Garvey issued a zero-tolerance policy for discrimination at the FAA. Another accomplishment was NBC FAE's prominent role on the National Employee Forum Task Force that developed a business case and strategic plan addressing the underrepresentation of minorities, women, and people with targeted disabilities at the Federal Aviation Administration. Also, this administration named national scholarships in honor of two additional aviation pioneers, Bessie Coleman and Garrett A. Morgan. In August 2000, C-SPAN provided media coverage of the NBC FAE National Training Conference, which gave world prominence to the NBC FAE and highlighted the struggle for a model work environment. In 2001, the NBC FAE celebrated its 25th anniversary in Memphis, Tennessee, with the other member organizations of the International Black Aerospace Council, to include the Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated, Organization of Black Airline Pilots, Bessie Coleman Foundation, Black Pilots of America, U.S. Army Black Aviation Association, and Negro Airmen International Black Wings in Aviation. The NBC FAE convinced the agency to stop administering the basic electronic screening tool, which had adverse impact for minority and women candidates pursuing electronic technicians positions. During these years, the NBC FAE emerged as a more efficient and effective organization. The National Executive Board developed an NBC FAE strategic plan to establish goals and objectives and define strategies to achieve desired results. The NBC FAE website was developed by Jacqueline and Linwood Malone in order to facilitate communication among the members. Annually, the NBC FAE distributes $90,000 in scholarships and grants, exposes over 1,000 minority youth to careers in aviation through aviation career education camps. They aid in successful resolution of EEO complaints, as well as affect new hires in the FAA, and provide the career-enhancing training of over 500 FAA employees through their regional and national training conferences. Today, it remains as the lead professional organization whose goals are focused on the minority employees in the Federal Aviation Administration. Consistent with the 2004 convention theme of change and new opportunities, Mamie Mallory passes the baton. With a 2/3 majority of the National Executive Board votes, Sean Sanders becomes the new voice of NBC FAE's continuing agenda.
Let's hear from our sponsors.
Hello, National Black MBA. I'm Sarah Bates, Global Educator for Courvoisier Cognac. We are so excited for our partnership together, as inclusivity has always been a core tenet for Courvoisier. From our founding in 1828 by Félix Courvoisier, who believed so much in this particular tenet that he replicated our maison in France to look like the Pavillon de l'Égalité. The Pavillon de l'Égalité, or the Pavilion of Equality, was a symbol that every voice would be heard when you came to Courvoisier Cognac. It's a powerful statement to make in a small town such as Jarnac, France. We believe that having every voice being heard creates a rich and quality product, and having every voice be heard creates a rich and quality work environment. So I look forward to raising a glass of Courvoisier Cognac with you, the world's most awarded cognac house, at some of our future events. And I'm wishing you a joyful day.
The Harlem Watchman. He's an attractive gentleman who's holding it down in his career with his friends and family. The people around him know he's a go-to guy. He has his own persona and a walk that says nothing but confidence. He determines style according to what he finds interesting. He's willing to step away from the popular fashion and make his own statement. He's a straight-up kind of guy. The Harlem Watchman. Time to let your style show.
Back. All right. So you heard from our sponsors. We are going to close this series out with a very special award. This award is the Upmixers Council Lifetime Achievement Award. The award recipient is Andrew Hamilton, MBA from Metro New York chapter of the National Black MBA. He's been a very instrumental leader within this council of ours in terms of strategic partnerships, advocating and championing for diversity and inclusion in Fortune 500 companies. So, Andrew, with great pleasure, I present Andrew Hamilton, our 2021 Upmixer Council Lifetime Achievement Award.
Happy holidays. Like, first and foremost, I hope everyone had a great year, and wanted to say a humble thanks for receiving this Lifetime Achievement Award. This group, this body of people over the number of years have provided experiences, has created connections, but also has created a thread of connectedness for the Black and Brown community. We need it more than ever to cover ourselves in our love, cover ourselves in our experiences, but more importantly, cover ourselves with the knowledge that we will succeed. To be number one means a lot. That means you're trusted. It means your footsteps are strong. It means your heart is pumping with the full content of your people that came before you. Not only I'm humble, but moved, because like anyone else, you find your why in doing the work. And my why is always you. My why is always what more can be done. I am a byproduct of when someone pours into you. So I urge everyone to pour into themselves and pour into the collective community. Don't hold or hoard your talent. Please share. Please spill. Every great forest starts with one raindrop, and that drop is you. Again, I thank you for this award. I thank you for your time. And I wish next year will be your year and be better than this year. And always keep moving and striving forward. Thank you.
All right, welcome back, folks. Thank you all. At this time, we're gonna wrap it up with some closing remarks. And we hope that you all got a lot out of this discussion. We certainly have. We look forward to continue to present these virtual series for you. And we look forward to someday meeting you in the near future. Alan, any last words?
Last words is happy holidays. Looking forward to meeting everybody in the future. Definitely enjoy the event.
Absolutely. All right, all. Thank you so much. Have a safe and happy holiday, and till next time. Welcome to the Upmixer.